Ladies and gentlemen, today we will be playing two of the most famous, actually, three of the most famous bots on chess.com. We will be playing against Martin, we will be playing against Nelson, and we will be playing against Magnus himself. As always, I would like to play the real Magnus, but he's unavailable and very expensive, so we don't book him for such things. Instead, we just go to chess.com and we play the bot version of him. It's January 2026. They've got a squad of New Year bots, as they do, and three of them are the most prominent in the entire world. We will be playing them. We'll be seeing how much worse at chess Martin has gotten since the holiday season. We will be seeing how good Magnus is. I will try to play several games against him and try to win, and hopefully I am still good enough to beat Martin, because absolutely no guarantees whatsoever. Let's go. Oh gosh, that speaker is really loud. Okay, Martin opens with e4. Let's see what he does if we play symmetrical. I expect something stupid. Okay, wow, nothing stupid just yet. Let's play the Petrov defense. Let's play one of my favorite new gambits, the Gotham. Okay, 4 knights. Here we go. So far, absolutely nothing dumb from Martin. Okay, maybe he blocks his bishop. That's kind of dumb, but he hasn't made any huge mistakes just yet. He must have been training against this 4-year-old. I read this. I skipped the word bishop, and I read this as horsey, and I thought he said, "Here comes the horsey," which would actually be hilarious if that was real Martin dialogue, but oh, goodness. I went to Home Depot and only got lost twice. Is this like a brand promotion? Is Home Depot paying to be in these voice lines? Why not Lowe's or Walmart or something? Okay, rook takes h6. Martin has given me a bishop. He attacks my bishop. I will move it back here. Can move it really anywhere. Knight to g5. Certainly an impressive move from Martinator. d5, just trading in the center. Okay, he just allows me to take his pawn. No problem. And we will trade the queen, because with no queen, Martin can't accidentally checkmate me. Friendly reminder, I beat Martin up 30 queens. He was up to 30 queens, not me. Martin has 6,000 hours of the Happy Birthday song on Spotify. That is some severe, yeah, I don't even know what to call that. That's lunacy. Okay, he's just decided to move the rook back and forth. We're going to be taking this knight. We're going to be taking on h1. We're going to be taking that as well. We're going to be taking this as well. We're going to be taking this as well. And then we're going to be taking this as well. And then we're going to just go checkmate him. So he's going to go here. Oh, wow. He actually stopped checkmate, which is really disappointing. Doubling up the rooks here. This is just a fork. Now we take the rook. And then we'll take the bishop. And then we'll go here. And then we'll go here. And then we'll go here. And here. And here. And here. And here. And hopefully we can mate him. Check. Unfortunately, I don't think I have mate in one, but I have mate in which one would be the coolest mate that we have? We can go check, check. It's mate in 2. b5, and then I mate like this. Riveting gameplay. I gotta do another video where I play Martin and he just gets like 400 different pieces once again. I feel like that could be pretty fun. Okay, so we warmed up. Now we will play against Janj. Is this a beginner bot? Is she? There we go. There's Janj. Okay, Janj. She's a psychic astrologer. Okay. I played black last game, so I will play with the white pieces this game. You know, she's 700, so we gotta hit her with a little bit of a London system. This is the true and tried right here. Play e3. Solid. Life is good. Okay. I just looked over at this monitor to just make sure the recording was going well and everything looked good. And in that time, the bot went king d7. Now, there's no way to really punish this move because the king is still kind of safe, but now white just develops normally and black has a king in the middle of the board. I think chess.com deliberately makes the second bot like worse than, yeah, I mean, I don't know, than the Martin bot. Castles? What is this? Why does this always happen? Like, I'm going to just finish up my development and the king is still in the center of the board. Okay, so Janj is basically trying to get checkmated here? Is that what's happening? Like, I'm just going to go d5. Okay, that is mildly annoying that the bot is, like, trying to survive, but... Okay, the king is just completely open now. I'm going to bring my knight to try to attack it even more. Okay. So now if I move my knight, it's a discover check. I can also bring a rook. Like, I can bring either rook. What? What? What is going on? Why? What on earth is this? What kind of nonsense is this? Double check. I'll just take the rook. I mean, I'm going to keep it very easy. I'm just going to take all the pieces and then bring my queen and my rook over here. Because I don't need to... What was this? What is this? What on earth is... This bot is negative rating. Is this thing just designed to boost your confidence? What was that? That's a 725 rated bot? This means like your dog can be 725. I mean, what? This was weird. Martin played better than this. I don't know. I'm disturbed. Now we got Nelson. Now, you know, playing black against Nelson is a rite of passage. I'll be very, very honest. Playing against Nelson and then allowing Nelson to play Queen H5 against you, this is like the best practice you can get about dealing with the early queen attacks. All right? If you're anywhere below 1,000 and you struggle against people who play e4 and queen h5 every single move, then you really should grind against Nelson because this is like a nice way not to lose any rating points. As always, the best way to defend this position is with knight to c6, but even if you blunder the pawn on e5, and you get something like this, like you're just a pawn down. Well, the thing is, in this position, you're still actually developing all of your pieces. And, well, Nelson just straight up gives you the pawn back, which is super lit. And now you just, you know, you don't even have to move your knight. You can just defend in the center. And actually, bishop c5, if here just wins on the... What? What? What is this move? Okay, so if I take the bishop, he's taking my knight, which is fine. But actually, I want to play bishop c5. Bishop c5 just wins. Because bishop c5 attacks the queen, and if the queen takes, we trade pieces, and then I go knight f2 and I trap Nelson's rook. I also can play c6 and then bishop c5. I don't know which one is better, but I'm just going to show you all that, yeah, Nelson is, like, awful. Like, if you... There is nothing to fear with this guy. I mean, you're just going to play knight f2. He just straight up lost the rook. He just lost everything. Before you even take the rook, that's, I suppose this is creative, and at least... No, it's not even creative. He's going to lose the knight. He's going to lose the knight. You take here, and then he's going to lose the knight on the next move. What? What is this? Hold on a minute. If knight to f2, he's going to go d4. And he wants to take there. So can I... If I check him and he goes king here... I mean, it's all completely winning, but how do we do this the cleanest way possible? Okay, we can always sacrifice the knight, I mean. But if I play knight f2, he's going to play pawn to d4, and then I'm a little bit too lazy to calculate if I'm actually fine in that position. So one thing that we can do is... I think we can just sack the knight for the pawn. And then we just move on with our lives. Like, develop this knight, and then develop this bishop, and then put the rooks in the middle, and we are just winning. We can give this check. If he goes here, we trade. Okay, king directly in the center is never going to survive. It's just simply never going to work. That's just a free pawn, by the way. That's just free because it's pinned. Yeah, Nelson makes horrendous mistakes. Now, I'm not even going to move my bishop. I'm actually going to immediately counter the knight in the middle. And the idea here is that the king will now just be permanently stuck on the last rank. Rook e8 defends. We are just up a rook for a knight, but really more than anything, the white king is just absolutely stranded on the back rank. Like, it is just over and a half in this position. We're going to put both rooks on the second rank. Total domination. This pawn doesn't really matter too much. We give a check. We force the king to the corner. And here we should just be winning. I think we just have check, 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 and mate. Look, we have check. If the king goes here, we just check like this. We have check. We have check, and now the bishop is defending the rook, and rook h1 is mate. If you really want to flex, you can take all of Nelson's other pieces. And I mean, this just shows you that, like, if you're getting hit with this stuff and still, you know, and panicking, don't. Because if you just lose the center pawn and castle, even this position, according to the computer, is, like, roughly equal. Roughly. Now, from Nelson, we travel up to Wally, Mr. Wallovich. He's Scottish. Wally's from Scotland. Should I hit him with an English? That might get him riled up. I don't know. So we have this. G3. He said his New Year's resolution is to be less forgetful. So, okay, he's bringing out his queen early. That's not very good. We're going to develop this knight. We're going to attack his queen. Okay, now I think Wally's just straight up losing. Okay, maybe he's not immediately losing, but this looks pretty dangerous. So I'm just going to move my knight to d4, immediately attacking him. Maybe knight e5 was more accurate, actually. Knight e5 was more accurate. I can defend my knight in the middle of the board. I can also move my knight around. I also have a check on a4, but then he goes here. I don't think there's anything wrong with the move e3, but I don't like making so many weaknesses in my position. So I'm going to bring my knight back, and then I'm going to go here, and I'm targeting his pawn in the center. I think Wally's just, like, immediately much worse here. I play knight to e3, and then I play queen a4. Oh, he's just giving me the bishop. Wow. Okay, well, this is, of course, miserable for black, because I'm just going to end up with a significantly better position here, and the only light-squared bishop. And now I can crack open the center with pawn to d3. Wow, and Wally just gives me the pawn. He just doesn't even want to deal with any of this. Okay, I have a pawn advantage, and I have the bishop pair. And I should just be completely winning. Like, not even an exaggeration. It's already totally over here. Trading knights cannot be bad. And now we just have to figure out how to win this position. The easiest way to do it. Let's develop the bishop over here. And if he attacks me... I'm actually... Okay, I'm just going to move my queen out of danger, like to a4. I'm actually just going to move here, and this bishop will live here forever. It's going to... Yeah. Okay, I can also take a second pawn on a7. That also doesn't look that bad. Although I would be losing the bishop pair. Do I have bishop c6? Always look for checks. Bishop c6. Pawn takes. Queen takes. Attacking the knight, but maybe he can block with the queen. But then I play queen f6, and I attack the rook. But then queen f6 and I attack the rook, and I think I'm just... And it's actually a fork. Oh, goodness gracious me. Kaboom! Oh my goodness, look at this move. He said, brilliant move. You have my respect, and that's something you can't lose. Thank you, Wallovich. And that's why you always look for checks, because look at this. Queen f6 hitting the rook. I think black's best is just to go here. Okay, he's going to lose the rook like this. I can also trade and simply win the endgame, but obviously winning the rook cannot possibly be bad. So now I have a... massive material advantage. And we will, of course, try to trade all of black's heavy pieces. So the rook is going to get traded. He might take on e2. And now we can bring the queen back to d4, threatening checkmate. And maybe even take one more pawn on a7. So we just have a 4-pawn advantage here. And, of course, we will just try to convert this position to an easy win. And we can do that by just, like, not losing any pawns. Queen d4 also threatens mate, so that obviously can't be bad. And the second you can trade the queen here, you should. And of course, this will be child's play now. You advance the a-pawn, and you don't even have to worry. I mean, just a5. Like, you just don't hang your rook. You know, rook behind the pawn, and the game is over completely. Put the rook on b7 or d7. a7 is the next move. Actually, technically, it's even better to play rook b7 and just remove the bishop completely. And now we just win. No stalemates. Now we have a queen. We will go rook b4. This is mate. He won't hang it. We're not going to give him much of a choice, though. And now we play queen f5, and slowly his king just... Well, this is a nice way to stalemate. Rook g4. That would have been cool. Let's just stalemate. Every move should be check now. It's mate in 3. Now it's mate in 2, mate in 1. And we win. Honestly, that was pretty instructive. How you can positionally grind down an 1850 bot, which something, you know, like if I had to game review that game, I wouldn't be shocked if we played at like 98% or something. Okay, I gave myself a little too much credit. The computer claims 90, which is disrespectful. Like, I mean, but I feel like that was a very smooth game, which now graduates us, like, of course, from 1850, we just go straight to Magnus Carlsen, and we will do our best. I wonder if they changed any of his voice lines, you know? Let's play the Sicilian defense. I think Magnus himself will like the Sicilian. Probably will play Rossolimo. d4, okay. Recently, I've been playing a lot of Kalashnikov Sicilian, so let's see what the Magnus bot will play against the Kalashnikov. Will he play c4? And I think he'll play c4. Okay, he plays this, normal. I will play the way I played in over the board game several times. Okay. What? Bishop e3 is a weird move. So I guess the idea is to play knight c4. And if I play b5, he's going to go knight to d5. Interesting. Okay, there are several ways to play here with black. Of course, I can just develop knight f6, and I can maybe even go knight to g4. I can also play knight f6 and play for d5 straight away. Of course, he's going to play knight c4 and try to, you know, stop me from doing that. I think f5 is also a move. I'll just go b5. I don't think there's anything wrong with b5. Yeah, he's going to play knight d5. All of this makes sense. I'll play rook b8, stopping anything from going to b6. He said, great move. Thanks, bozo. Did he just... Oh. I thought he great moved himself, too. And I was like, the arrogance on this man. I think I can play knight f6, take, and play with like a pawn sacrifice, although I'm not completely sure that is the right way to go. So let's just play b4. The knight goes back to b1. Defensive, very. Knight to f6. Normal stuff. He develops, and I guess I will develops to e7. And so far, so good. Okay, queen a4, I was expecting for a minute. But here I just thought I can, like, defend my knight with bishop d7. I really did not believe that he could take... Wow, okay, well, that's a really bad sign. If the engine is so ruthlessly claiming that he can just take a pawn like this, that's never a good sign. Never, ever, ever. But we will do our best. Okay, so I think I can just castle. I don't believe in bishop b6. I do not believe in bishop b6. We are down a pawn, but somehow I am really not convinced that it was the right way to play the position. I mean, the arrogance that I have to say such a thing against the robot is really astounding, but okay, bishop b6. We play queen... I was thinking queen c8, actually. But queen a8 doesn't look half bad either. Bishop c7, goodness me. What is happening? Rook a8. Cannot be bad. Okay. This really doesn't feel correct. But maybe it's fine. Knight d4 looks doable. I wanted to go bishop to g5, but I feel like if I do that, he's just gonna take my pawn, and somehow I'm not getting nearly what I thought I was in this position. F5 is also an interesting possibility, just like try to rip open the position, but F5 take, we have this big trade. Ah, no, that doesn't work. I'm just blundering. All right, I'm getting squeezed here by a computer. This is quite brutal, actually. I really don't want to go bishop d8, but I'm not sure I have a better choice. Of course, now he can't take, right? Okay, so we go rook d8. He's gonna like... Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, knight h6. Of course, if I went here, he would take and damage my structure. Okay, and he just castles, and that means that I'm just down a pawn against the robot, and I think he can actually just win this game by advancing his outside pawn. Like, that is the cruelest part about this position, which is so mind-blowing, is like, he can literally just play a4. Okay, he just opts the trade. Now, if I take, he can take on c6 and fork me, so I'm gonna go here. Just knight e4, I guess. Yeah. I think I'm cooked already. So if queen e6, just a3, and I can't do anything. Like, if I don't take it, he takes me. If I do take it, he takes with the pawn or the rook, frankly. I should probably move my rook out of the way. Otherwise, there's going to be tactics against my rook. b4. Okay. I don't have a lot of moves left, but I have some. You know, I have a few. Maybe. Probably not. But we're going to play all the moves that we can play. Or not. Because he's going b5 next, and after the move b5, I legitimately have no clue what I can do anymore. So, here's the plan. Rook b8 attacking the queen. Oh my goodness, I just helped him. I forgot that my d6 pawn was hanging. Okay, well, we can probably just resign. That's sick. I'm gonna give a hint. Rook f8. Okay. He said smart move. And what about now? Okay. He's just like forcing me to lose my own pawn. Oh goodness. Wow, look at this counterattack. Oh my gosh. And if I go here? Check. And if I go here? He's... Oh my... Yeah, I'm sure I want to resign. That felt like the worst thing ever. 98.4. 98.4. He went bishop e3. I should have went rook b8. I should have waited one more move. And then here I should have just like not... I should have not rushed. All right, you know what? I'll beat him with white. I really feel like this is my chance. I mean, I'm not, you know, Magnus with black, not easy. But with white, here we go. I'll play once again a little English here. Okay, we're going to also play g3. We have the same idea. And now he's going to what? King's Indian me? Maybe. King's Indian? I'll be impressed if you make it to 50 moves. Challenge accepted. Bozo. I don't care what your resolutions are, okay? He just said I'm not even going to last 50 moves. I've already lasted 14% of those moves. So to last 50 moves against this thing, I have to just not do anything. That's really the secret. Like, I have to just basically do moves that don't do much. So let me attack this knight. It doesn't do too much. Now he backs up. Okay, now he backs up, and now I can wait like 3 or 4 more moves before I commit to anything else, right? So let's go bishop to e3. Nice and solid move. Maybe knight d4 is coming in. And we just back up. We've made it. We have officially made it 20% of the moves that the Magnus bot said I wasn't going to be able to do. My New Year's Roman is what we call a strategic obligation. I don't know what that... is that like a movie quote? Sometimes they do like movie quotes in these things. 12 moves down. And let it be known, I will be playing until checkmate. Out of spite, okay? This knight is a little bit annoying. If I take it, of course, I get forked. If I take it with the bishop, I just lose the bishop pair, and I don't know if that's, like, cool. So I'm going to go here and maybe go trade his bishop. I think that's actually a pretty decent decision. Okay. Now, he's doing... Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Bishop takes, pawn takes is still possible. I think I'm going to go here. Knight takes f3 will happen. Yeah. Knight takes f3 is going to happen. Or bishop takes. Yeah, right. And now do I trade my bishops or do I... Let's go here. Is the Magnus Bot really going to take this pawn? No, he's not. No, he's not going to take this pawn. I knew it. Knight to e4. Look, I'm mating Magnus, dude. I'm checkmating him. He's got no chance here, dude. Look at this. Bishop h3 coming in. Hold up. Like, I'm actually getting kind of hyped. I'm actually getting a little excited. That was a stupid move. I completely missed that. But actually, my knight's not even hanging because I have the pin. Uh-oh. I kind of messed up my strategy of not doing anything in this game. Like, that's actually what I've done. I got a little bit too excited. Uh-oh. Knight d4, knight g5, though. Queen d5, it might be a problem, actually. Queen d5. That is a problem because... Okay, I think I have to go knight to d2. Because my knight now is hanging. I straight up think I'm not going to make it to 50 moves. This is crazy. I'm only made it to 40 moves. 40% of the moves, not 40 moves. All right, what if I just play pure defense from this point forward? Okay, pure defense. 22 moves down. My objective is no longer to win the game. That's not the point. My point is to make it 50 moves. That's the goal. Queen e5. I'm down a pawn, but I'm still going to make it to 50 moves. Yeah, I know you took my pawn. You don't need to say takes. All right? You insufferable Viking. Queen takes ideas like if I could sack my queen and then, play like rook to c8, that would be great. I can't. There's a bishop in the way. I can't go b4 because he's going to take my knight on d2. I'm losing the pawn on b2. Do I have anything else? Like if I put my knight on e4 potentially, just like aggressive. Get aggressive with him. He's just going to take on b2. There is nothing there. Okay, I mean, I have to do something. Rook d8 does not strike me as a very good move. I'm not very good at chess, but I don't think that was a very good move. Knight to g5. I can get two rooks. My original intention was queen b8, but then he just plays rook f8. I can actually get two rooks, and you know what? If I make it to 50 moves, I think I'm going to make it to 50 moves. If I make it to 50 moves, that's it. I mean, objective is reached, man. That's a wrap, Rook b1. Rook b1, make a move that makes no sense. Rook b1, knight e2 check. No, that doesn't work at all. What am I talking about? Maybe I have to take on c6. Because then his knight has to not go to e2 for a move. Now I can waste a little bit of time. I can get a couple of extra moves here. Check this out. I'm going to get... Oh, I am hacking. I'm hacking. See, he doesn't know that winning is not even of any importance to me. I'm just going to keep making moves that stall, and we're going to make the 50 moves. That's what we're going to do. He said I couldn't do it, and I'm going to do it. I mean, that's it. That's what we're doing now. I just actually have to make it. That would be extremely embarrassing if I did not. I'm really allowing way too much here. I'm allowing way more than I should be. Rook a6. Okay, let's just go back. I just can't get mated in the next 16 moves. Of course I'm not getting mated in the next 16 moves. Oh, geez. I might get mated in the next 16 moves. This is actually very bad. Rook a1. Of course I'm losing. I mean, black is just going to march all the pawns. Oh, I get an extra move. Stupid. Yeah, you told me I wasn't going to survive, and look what happened. Look what happened, yeah? Rook d7. I mean, this is miserable. Make no mistake. I am not having a good time. Maybe I can win one more move here with bishop e6. Opa. And with my next move, dare I say, I have made 40 moves. Oh, man, I am, like, really losing, though. This is going to be a buzzer-beater finish. This is going to be a buzzer-beater finish. So he's going to take my bishop. He's not going to take my bishop. I have to survive 9 more moves. There is no way there is a mate in 9 in this position. It's not possible. Now, he will find it. This is actually unbelievable. I think I'm going to lose this game in 50 moves. Wow. Okay, how do I survive? He's queening. If I sack the bishop, and then he takes, I don't even have a way to check him. I need to check him. Everything has changed now. He's going to make 2 queens. I think he's going to win. This is sick. This is actually unbelievable what is happening. Yo, he's saying, I've won the world title in every time control. Take your time. Yo, what the fuck, man? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. This is unbelievable. Okay, this would be my 42nd move. This is what it's come to. Okay, here's the plan. I have to give up a rook for the pawn. Now I have to survive 6 more moves. 6 more moves. Can I make it 6 more moves? I must be able to make it 6 more moves, right? 5 more moves. He's going to push the pawn, but he's not going to mate me in 5 moves. It's not going to happen. I can even take. That's it. I've made it. I've made it. I've survived 50 moves, which means I have defeated the Magnus bot. I mean, essentially, that's what it means. I know that's not exactly what it means, but that's what it means to me. And that's what's important. I'm going to just play h3. Wait, hold on a second. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not going to play h3. Because if I move my rook back, he's going to play queen c3, which is just messed up. I'm not going to lie. So maybe we play... Maybe we play king g1. Right. Right. If I take and play king g... I survive. That's it. I win. That's it. 48. That's my 48th move. 48. 50 moves, baby. 50 moves, baby. I don't even care. This is a moral victory. This is a moral victory, Magnus. You said I wasn't going to make it 50 moves. You're going to eat your words, man. My name is Levi Rosman, and I survived 56 moves against the Magnus Carlsen. But he sacrificed. He said, great move. Yo, Magnus said king g4 was a great move. I got no pieces left, and he has a 19-point material advantage. Queen g3, I'm going to take it. And he mated me. He slow rolled. You're better than I thought. Want to play again? 55 moves. Read it and weep. You absolute bozo. All right? How about that? How about that? Yeah, 55 moves. How long can you survive against the Magnus bot? All right? Post the game in the comments. Do something like that. I might do some more fun prompts against the Magnus bot. In the meantime, that's all I have for you today. Get out of here.